Dear student, today we we have to start the next reaction, that is the redox reaction. In a redox reaction, when oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously, then this reaction is called as a redox reaction. In previous period, we study that the reduction, we study the oxidation and reduction. But when oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously, then such chemicals are said to be redox reactions. Some examples we have given on a blackboard. First example of a redox reaction, look at this. A redox reaction is oxidation plus reduction. Oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously, then the reactions are called as a redox reaction. Example, copper oxide reacted with a hydrogen. Look at this. Copper oxide reacted with a hydrogen, heat is given, then we get the copper and water. In this reaction, oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously. Look at this. Copper oxide. In this copper oxide, in this oxygen is liberated, oxygen is given out to form copper oxide plus hydrogen to form copper plus hydrogen. Here is a loss of hydrogen and S2, here H2O, in this oxygen is gained. Oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously in this reaction. So it is the best example to remember always. Second example, zinc oxide plus carbon to form zinc plus carbon monoxide. Second example. Number third, MnO2 plus 4HCl to form MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. So these are the some examples some examples of redox reaction. So redox reaction means the chemical reaction in which oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously is called as a redox reaction. The first example, which is a very easy for always we have to remember, copper oxide plus hydrogen to form copper plus water. So it is about a redox reaction. Next point we have to understand, that is a corrosion. In a 9th standard we learned that corrosion means the wear and tear of metals due to the effect of air, acid and water is called as a corrosion. Or another definition, corrosion means the wear and tear of metal due to the effect of air, acid and water. Or another definition also, the corrosion as degradation of metals due to the effect of air, acid and water is called as a corrosion. There are two different definitions. The first definition of corrosion is the wear and tear of metals due to the effect of air, acid and water is called as a corrosion. Or the degradation of metals due to the effect of air, acid and water is called as a corrosion. Mainly iron metal gets corrode easily. We know that in our surroundings most of the iron articles are corroded. They are corroded. So to prevent the corrosion, different methods are used. So we have to discuss about the methods of corrosion in next period. Next point we have to understand, that is the rancidity. Rancidity means when we use the ghee or oil which is kept for a long time period and this oil is used for cooking purpose, then cooked food material becomes the food material having fall in a order, then such food particles get rancid. Look at this. The rancidity means when we use the ghee or oil which is kept for a long time period, and in this oil or ghee we have to make the cooked food material, then the food particle becomes foul in order, then the food particle becomes rancid, and this property is known as a rancidity. पहा, रॅन्सिडिटी या शब्दाचा अर्थ खवटपणा. जर तो तेल किंवा तूप बराच काळानंतरचं तेल किंवा तूप आपण जर स्वयंपाकासाठी वापरलं, त्या तेलामध्ये अन्नपदार्थ आपण तळले, तर त्या अन्नपदार्थाला विशिष्ट प्रकारचा वास येतो, घाणेरडा वास येतो. त्या तेलाचा वास घाणेरडा येत असेल, तेल फसफसत असेल, तर त्या पदार्थाला खवटपणा प्राप्त झाला हे सांगता येईल. रॅन्सिडिटी याचा अर्थ खवटपणा. मासे तेलामध्ये किंवा तुपामध्ये तळलेले जे पदार्थ असतील ते खायला आपल्याला चांगले लागत नाही. मग अशी रॅन्सिडिटी जर आपल्याला कमी करायची असेल तर आपण काय करणं आवश्यक आहे? तर नेहमी आपण अन्नपदार्थ हे हवाबंद असलेल्या डब्यामध्ये आपण ठेवणं आवश्यक आहे. टू प्रिव्हेंट द रॅन्सिडिटी ऑलवेज वी हॅव टू यूज द फूड पार्टिकल इन अ एअर टाइट कंटेनर टू प्रिव्हेंट द रॅन्सिडिटी. सो first we have to study the redox reaction. Redox reaction means when oxidation and reduction take place simultaneously is called redox reaction. Example, copper oxide plus hydrogen to form copper plus H2O. Second point we have to understand, that is the corrosion. Corrosion means गंजणे. मग गंजणारा धातू सर्वात जास्त कोणता? लोखंड. मग गलणे कशाला? गलणे किंवा क्षरण असं म्हणतात त्याला, क्षरण. करोजन याचा अर्थ क्षरण. मग क्षरण म्हणजे काय? एखाद्या धातूवर हवा पाणी आणि आम्ल म्हणजे ऍसिड याची जर रासायनिक अभिक्रिया झाली तर त्या धातूची झीज होत असेल तर त्याला आपण क्षरण असं म्हणतात. याच्या डेफिनेशन सोपे आहेत. पहिले डेफिनेशन, दोनपैकी एक डेफिनेशन आपण लक्षात ठेवू शकतो. The wear and tear of metals. Wear and tear म्हणजे झीज होणे. The wear and tear of metals due to the effect of air, acid and water is called as a corrosion. Or the degradation of metals due to the effect of air, acid and water is called as a corrosion. Next, last point we have to discuss rancidity. Rancidity या शब्दाचा अर्थ खवटपणा. मग खवटपणा कशाला प्राप्त होतो? तेल आणि तूप बराच काळ जर आपल्या घरी राहिला असेल आणि बराच कालावधीनंतर त्या तेलाचा वापर आपण केला असेल तर त्या तेलामध्ये तळलेले जे अन्नपदार्थ असतील त्यांना विशिष्ट असा घाणेरडा वास येतो. त्या अन्नपदार्थांची चव चांगली लागत नाही. त्याला आपण खवटपणा असं म्हणता येईल. त्यालाच रॅन्सिडिटी म्हणतात. मग त्याचे डेफिनेशन काय सांगते? When oil and ghee is kept for a long time period, then the cooking food particle is used in this oil or ghee. Then the food particle becomes fall in a odor. Then it is known as a rancid or rancidity. To prevent the rancidity, always we have to use the food particle in a एअर टाईट कंटेनर. इथं या ठिकाणी आपला हा टॉपिक पूर्ण झालेला आहे. पुढच्या तासामध्ये आपण नवीन टॉपिक सुरू करू.